tie into our existing plumbing to set a vanity, and what we got is a waistline that we actually need to put this adapter onto, and it's ABS and we're going to PVC, and it's going to fit over that, but I got to sand this down and prime and prep it in order to accept this fitting and glue it shut so we don't have a leak behind our vanity. I'm going to knock off any debris. I'm going to sand it real nice and smooth as far as the debris goes, but I want to rough up the ABS so that way when I add my primer and my glue, it'll really bond well. So this is just emery cloth. You use it for copper sweating and sandpaper, that type of sandpaper. So, sponge here that I've been using is nice and wet. I'm going to take and run that around there and get up any debris, any sand that might interfere with it bonding well. I'm going to do a dry fit. See how far along I can get. Yeah, I can walk that on there pretty good. I can look inside the hole. I can see where the lip of the thread and the cup is going over the line. So I'm going to walk that back out. Two different elements of this. One is PVC cement, and this is purple primer. This cleans it real nice, but man, I tell you, it stinks. So any small children, any pets, and even yourself, try to minimize the amount of time that you spend around this stuff if you can. It is very stinky. I'm only going to apply it. I don't want to really get it up on the wall because it will stain. Not that anybody's going to see it, but if somebody came back and put a pedestal sink in, you don't want to see it. I'm just going to run a little bit right across that cut where it was cut in half. There we go. Because that will also touch it. Now I'm going to give that a couple minutes to dry. Not even a couple minutes, a couple seconds to dry. Put your lid back on. What you might want to do is go ahead and put some purple primer on your adapter. And I'm just going to put it on the inside of the adapter. Make a couple little passes. I'm holding this above a rag. You can't see it, it's out of zoom right now, but I'm holding it above a rag because I don't want it to drip on my new tile floor. Just a little bit, there you go. You can see that I've put some purple primer inside of there. This purple primer on the outside of that is pretty well dry. One thing that I did was I placed a little bit of plastic in the drain line to minimize the amount of sewer gas that would escape. Went ahead and removed that for now so I do not forget that it's in there. This is PVC cement. This is ABS, which is black, and this is white. We're just going to go ahead and make a direct connection. I've done this before. It does work. You just got to make sure that everything is primed and prepped. I'm going to take some of the PVC glue and I'm going to run it around the inside. I'll make sure to touch that lip. When you're looking down inside of your adapter, there's a small lip. It's kind of a stop. And it's going to get pushed up on the ABS or the black pipe. It's going to get pushed all the way up as hard as I can get it. And then we're going to hold it there for a couple seconds. I'm really putting the glue to it. I'm also going to put a round ring of glue there on the front where the cut was now. Walk that in, and if you notice I'm giving it a little turn, and then I'm just going to hold it for a couple seconds. And the reason why I'm holding it is because as that glue is reacting, as it cures, it wants to expand. But if I hold it tight and I can look down inside of here, I can see that the glue is actually making a really nice seam between the two. There's a little bit of push out. You see the little push out right here? I'm going to get that before it makes a mess. There we go. Done, done, done. I got some TP. The only thing I want to do with the TP is if there's an excessive amount of glue here, it could interfere with your pipe going in. Now I don't want that to happen. And that's set up. I held that for like, what, 10, 15 seconds? I cleaned up any excess glue inside. Doesn't hurt anything to leave it, but as you put your 1.5 inch exit pipe in, could cause it to jam a little bit. This is set, ready to go in a few moments. There's a little nylon or plastic ring inside. I'll give you a good close-up of that. You can see that it's 1.5 inch diameter, but it's also tapered from really fat on one side to skinny on the other. Now the way that the water flows is going to be out that drain. To keep the water from leaking, it goes through this nylon washer and out that drain. The nylon washer has to be fat on the direction that the water is coming from and skinny in the direction that it's going. Much like an arrow that points, the nylon washer should point in the direction of the flow of the water. So as you go, make sure these are all going from water in to water out. I'm just going to put this one on here temporarily so I don't lose my washer. And I'm going to go ahead and put my little bolt on there too to keep everything as it was. There we go. Just finger tight for now. We'll drop the vanity.